Hey guys, it's Haley, and I am back with a very quick video to show you all. This is my first ever set of acrylic nails. I did them without a tip, and I got the idea, the instructions, the tutorials from Susie, who is at Nail Career Education. That is her YouTube channel. She has a ton of amazing videos of every kind of nail you could want to do, every shape, everything. I originally wanted to do more of a coffin shape to where it kind of tapers off towards the end but is still blunt. It's called coffin or ballerina shoe. She has videos on that. As you can see, they're a little lumpy. They look a little bit worse. So what I did was, when you guys had seen I had done my first two fingers right here just to practice, I had tried my forms out, even with taping them around my finger. The forms weren't sticky. They were really old. So what I ended up doing, I saw a video of this online, a lady that does nails, but she was at home and didn't have all her stuff. So she took a nail tip and put some foil on it and used it like this, put it under her finger just like this, and that is what she used to as her form, and just hold it in place like that, and then once you get the acrylic on there, you can let it go and it will stay, and yada yada. So that is what I ended up doing. I know that is not technically correct. Obviously never in a shop should you ever do that, but that's what I did. Initially, when I had done my first two fingers, I had used this powder. They're all really old, but this one especially. This is Orly Quartz Nails. I don't even know what's on that. And the primer that went with that, it was starting to yellow, and that's why it was gross. So this time, not the primer, the acrylic liquid. So I did how she tells you, you buff it slightly, use a sanitizer. I buff my nails, wash them, use this with soap and water, use the sanitizer, waited for that to dry, and I did not have an actual sanitizer, so I looked online. I just used some alcohol. Once that dried, I put the primer on my nails. This is the primer I used, IBD Natural Nail Primer. And then this time, I thought, this says it's intense pink, and I thought it was going to be an opaque pink because, like I said, I don't know anything about these products, but it's a clear pink. So with the liquid, which is like a purple, it looked almost like a clear purple, and looked goofy. So, but I was gonna end up painting them anyway. So, the other products, I've got acrylic all over my stick part, but I made sure to get it out of my brush. Did I? Yeah, I did. Just some monomer left in there. But I have another brush too. So that's the brush I used. I have two other powders. This one may be more opaque. I'm going to look up online and see. And then I have a white if I wanted to dare a French nail. And then I have this clear, so what I wanted to do, I had all of these products already. There was a beauty supply place going out of business. Everything was like 75 to 90% off in their store, and this was several years ago. And I had temporarily, I was, working in an office, and I was like, started doing just some press-on nails, because you guys know I'm cheap, and I don't want to go out and spend the money to do it, and I know that's horrible. But you get what you pay for, so obviously them doing my nails would look way better than mine. This hand's obviously a lot better just because I am right-handed, and this is the first time I've not practiced on anyone else. I've not practiced on a plastic hand, which Susie highly recommends. So yes. And also, she would be appalled at my little fingernails. So I wanted to try it out with the products that I had, and if I thought, if I'm good enough to where if I practice, it's worth investing in some good products, then I was going to do that. So I'm going to, my mom got me an Amazon gift card for Christmas for like $25, and I'm just going to get some standard forms, and I may get like a better monomer, like the clear acrylic, to use with this clear powder. This powder's still really good. And then, yes. Oh, the colors that I used on my nail, that so I painted it with this. It's just a Sally Hansen Diamond Strength No Chip color. And then I used an OPI. I did 2 coats of this, and then I used an OPI top coat. But and this morning I was like, oh, I kind of wanted this matte. I wonder what it looked like. So I added a single coat of this Shine Free top coat by Butter London matte finish. So that's what I did. I have one other little mini set of bonding acrylic powder and liquid, and it's the same brand. I don't know. I think I had, it was like a little mini box set, and it was like super cheap, and I had just picked this up too. I don't know. This was years ago, at least, let's see. I don't even know if Pat and I were together yet. It was around that time. So it was around 4 or 5 years ago, probably closer to 5 years ago, that I had bought all this. And this isn't everything. I have several other, I have like 3 other primers, a couple other acrylic liquids that go with the specific brand of powders. And I have obviously tons, I have an ungodly amount of nail polish. The only other things I really need are some good forms, and I need some good nail files. That was my biggest downfall. It seemed so easy because I was like, oh, I'll just make them a little bit bigger, a little bit longer, and I'll file them down. You guys, I spent hours filing, hours. And when you don't have a decent nail file, especially if you don't have a drill, I used to have, and I couldn't find it, one of those little mini battery-powered handheld drills, because that would be faster than a cheapo file. So I think I'm going to get the nail forms, another one of those little just handheld drills, and some, what was the other thing I needed to get? I have my primers. I want to get another brush, and some more liquid, some clear, just liquid, because I read online that you really should use the same brands of liquid and powder together, like liquid monomer, just because they have, to make the acrylic as it is together, it takes a certain amount of ingredients, and each of those ingredients might be higher or lower in each brand of, liquid and powder. Say it needs, I'm just making something up here, it needs 5% of a catalyst in the final mixture. And in this brand, it has 1 in here and 4 in, and 1% in here and 4% in here. But another brand might have 2 and 3. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just making that up as an example. So that's why you're supposed to use the acrylics together. But anyway, I'll let you kind of look at them a little bit better. I mean, they're bad. They're not good. And the matte actually made it look worse. When it was shinier and reflecting, it looked a little bit better. I scratched the bejesus out of that already. And I didn't paint them very well either, because I was, just trying them out. So, but they are on very well. There's no lifting. And I think that's just because I followed her steps, made sure to do the appropriate amount of buffing, not over buffing to where, not over filing and buffing your natural nail, because that will make it weak and thin. But make sure there's no smooth spots left, and sanitize it. Wash your hand, get all of the dust off, and then sanitize it, and then put your primer on. And there's no lifting. And really, you guys know, like when you get nails done and they put the tip on first, the tip and the front part is what comes off first, because it's just held on with that, like super glue, nail glue. And that stuff breaks down so easily. With this, there is no nail glue on it. It is just acrylic. I made sure to do like she said and build a structure where it's weakest. This one is the only one that's real funky. The nail tip was more angled. It doesn't have the nice natural curve down, which I can file down a little bit, so on a little bit more towards the end, because this nail's really thick and really long. But I got so tired of filing, and I wanted to show you all, because I did this like 2 days ago, and I wanted to show you before they start growing out and they further get messed up. But yes, so I think once I get a good file and get some good forms, that will really help me out. And honestly, I don't think they look too bad. I've never done acrylics before. When I had bought all this stuff and tried it, I didn't understand the way you soak the brush in the monomer, and then you make sure it has, get the excess out, and then you have to hold it down into the powder so that it absorbs and picks up a little ball. I mean, I didn't do any of that. I didn't know. I just, had... And, oh, I don't have I have one of those little professional glass dishes. I have 2 of those. You get your brush nice and sopping wet, and then you go along the edge, get the excess out, and then you hold it into your brush that's already wet into the powder to where it forms the ball, place the ball on your nail, and then get the excess monomer off, la la la. She has all kinds of videos out there. And once I saw it done and how, then I was able to do it. So, because I had bought all this stuff, and I'm so glad I didn't throw it away. Because to repurchase all of this, I know it had to have been more than 70% off, because, let's see, half off was, I wouldn't even paid $3.25 for this, or what was it, $3.75. Even though that's an amazing deal, I think it was all like 90% off, and everything was picked over in the store. I just went through. If anyone can tell me in the comments with this powder, pink powder, if it is a clear pink or if it is opaque, like, because this intense pink, which I thought would mean it was, I thought that would mean that it was opaque, but it was actually completely and totally see-through, but very pink. It was a pink see-through clear gel. It was just like pink tinted clear. But I want, which I think what I may end up doing is making my own little mixture of adding this very intense pink, clear pink, to the white to make it opaque, and trying that, on my next set. And if these last and they just keep growing out, I'll just keep giving myself a fill. But yeah, I just wanted to show you all, and if you guys would think that was interesting, this is my first time ever doing acrylic nails, and I did it without a tip, just with the first 2 that you guys saw. I melted those completely off and started over. I melted those off, and I left them off for like a day and a half, even though they were only on for a day and a half, but whoops. I left those off and started over and redid them all. But those 2 were done with forms, the sticker forms, and then I literally had to put like tape around my finger right here around the form to hold it in place. It was a mess. So that's why I ended up trying these, which, because even if you smooth it out really well, those little creases, when you're using a clear gel, you can see the little creases under your nail. Like, see? Can you see those little creases? It's so tacky. I shouldn't have done that. But I just wanted to use what I had, try and see if I was even close to capable of doing it before I invested more money into it. So anyway, these are what I used this time. The intense pink with this primer and this brush. I used these as a form, and I painted it with these nail polishes. And, yep, I also sanitized with just pure alcohol, and my files are just those like ones that come in like a pack for $1. Really coarse, but they're just little sticks. They're horrible. So anyway, that's what I used. Hope you guys found it somewhat interesting. Thank you all so much for watching, and you guys, someone please share this with Susie. I want her opinion. I want to see if she thinks I did a pretty good job for my first set, because I think I did, but I don't know. She does, she has a school and classes, so she sees people's first time all the time, and so I want to see how I compare. And I think if I had not put the matte on top and left the gloss, you wouldn't be able to see the lumpies. But anyway, Thank you all so much for watching these on my nails. Totally free. I bought this product years ago for dirt cheap. My whole basket full, I think I spent like $25 on it. This is all the powders that I own. These 3, the clear, and then this little mini set, which I think is just a clear powder and a little, and then I have other liquids and a couple other primers. So this is what I have, and 1 more brush and 2 little jars. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.